Hey YouTube, CJ Flyer, Backyard Kansas, USA. Back in Kansas finally. I've been gone for the last 2 weeks. Out in Florida, Dominican Republic, Bahamas. Pretty rough job, but somebody's got to do it. Anyway, paradise for me is always here, in the backyard or in the front porch for that matter. Which is now somewhat bittersweet, because we're looking at selling the house. And the good side of that, the sweet side of that, is that maybe moving to the country, get a little bit of land, and make this hydro hangar a little bit on the biggie scale side. So anyway, I've been gone for 2 weeks. The son-in-law, the faithful son-in-law and daughter, have been keeping track of it and keeping up on some maintenance, day-to-day chores here in the hangar. And I'm going to go in and see how things are going. And why don't you come and take a look with me. Hangar. Here is the status of the raised bed, and you can see the watermelons are getting bigger and bigger. Not the watermelons, but the plants. And we've had some good rain here, I guess, lately. But there's the junk box, or the junk bucket, if you want to call it that. Tomatoes surviving in there. Really not doing anything special with any of that stuff. The cilantro or the parsley or whatever, I think it's parsley. No, it's cilantro. Just letting it go to flower there. Really not doing anything other than watering that thing. So the zucchini and the squash getting bigger. And there's the pole beans. 1, 2. And again, if we end up selling the place, unfortunately, we're looking at being out of here in about a month and a half. So I don't think I'm going to end up seeing any fruit. There's the rhubarb, and there's the lily. Hey Lily, what you doing? So, okay, let's walk into the hangar. Temperature's been coming up here. We're sitting about 90 degrees today. But the hangar's doing real good for temperature. A little box fan that's moving the air for me. Doing good. Had the son-in-law refresh the worm tea. And it still smells pretty good, and getting it fed with some molasses and getting it sprayed around, and it's doing real good. First thing I noticed when I got back to the hangar was ladybugs. Got ladybugs all over the place, which is a good sign. Taking care of some of the little vermin that you end up on some of these plants. And speaking of ladybugs, there's one crawling around right down in there. Can you see him or not? Anyway. He's crawling in my carrots. When I 2 weeks ago left, I just took some of this gravel and I pushed it over, and then I sprinkled some carrot seeds down just to see if they would end up germinating while I was gone, and look at that, they just took right off. So what kind of carrots we end up out of the situation, I don't know, but we'll see. They're definitely growing. Let's see if I can zoom in on that ladybug down there. You can see the branches moving. Crawling around. The ochre standing up good and tall, get a little color. There's another little ladybug right there, taking care of business. And the tomato plant, I have no idea what tomato plant that is, but it's getting big. And look at the strawberries. Strawberries are taking off. Got some berries growing, blooms. They look extremely happy. Got lots of runners coming off. So they're thriving in that ebb and flow bed. Peppers, got some good peppers going. Lots of buds and some peppers. And there, these Big Bertha, if I remember right. Yep, it's Big Bertha. And we have some jalapenos starting right there. These are the mild jalapenos. Some more Big Berthas. Lots of them coming on there. And I think one more Big Bertha plant. Still gonna have lots of bell peppers. And jalapeno. Lots of little ones in there starting. Doing real good. Get some nice sweet banana peppers here. Ready for eating, it looks like to me. Roma tomatoes. Looking good there. And yes, Reganite 71, I am spanking the tomatoes just like you showed me to do. and it's paying off, looks like to me. Uh-oh, like I need to tighten up the string here, but I'll get a hold of that here in just a minute. Another sweet banana pepper right in between the tomatoes. And this was a bucket that I didn't know what the tomato type was, and I definitely know now. Those are Romas. You can see the elongated fruit on there, elongated I should say. Boy, the suckers were just mad on this thing. As a matter of fact, there's one right there. There's a perfect example of a sucker. For anybody that might want to know what a sucker is, comes right out of the armpit right there. It's still right there. No flowers on it. It's below the top buds on this, or top flowers on this, so it's okay to go ahead and snap this thing off if I can do it. There it goes. That's not exactly a clean snap. Anyway, there's a sucker. Some people take them off. Most people take them off that I've seen, at least on YouTube. And by the way, that bucket right there with water, full of water, those were all suckers. When I got back yesterday, I went ahead and pulled them all off there. So I might try to replant, but then again, or repot those. But then again, if we're selling the place, we got to figure out where we're going, and then I'll worry about more tomato plants later. Anyway, so Romas and some more unknowns here, good and healthy. Let's come across to the other side. Look how tall. And we're back all the way, whoops, wrong way. We're up to the white pipe now, which height-wise is about at the 6.5 foot or 6 foot, somewhere in there mark. And have one bucket. Let me find which one it is. This one right here. That is cherry tomatoes, 2 cherry tomatoes. You can see a rack of cherry tomatoes getting ready to start there with one on them. There's a rack right up there. I don't know what they call them racks. And cherry tomatoes. So we're starting to produce. Have a nice rack right there. And we come down to an Amana orange. All the tomatoes that are hanging on the vine right now. Look at that little cluster right there. Caspian pinks. They're just beautiful. They're just really pretty. No blossom end rot, and I think that's due to the calcium and the mixture of the nutrient there. Some big rainbows, little right so far, right in the back. Big rainbows. And the jet stars, I don't know if this is jet star, no, this is another big rainbow, and it's not producing yet. It's got some buds on it, so hopefully it'll start producing. And here's the jet stars, I think. No, this is a mortgage lifter right there. It's got plenty of fruit on that. You can see size-wise by my hand. And again, just nice, pretty fruit on these things. And then I have 2 jet stars side by side. Again, that's starting to produce pretty good size tomato right there. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on there. 6, actually a little bitty one. Another group of 4. A group of 3 on the next one. And a group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on there. Again, good sized tomatoes. And this is a Leaf Master. Nice cluster right down here. Leaf Masters. Bottoms are looking good. Cluster over there. Some more up top here, in the middle. This is a red beefsteak. Not real big, but then there's some little grouping down here. It's doing pretty good. This is that one that's always been really skinny and kind of scrawny, but it's doing good. It's producing fruit. And a better boy. Cluster there. And then another better boy. Doing pretty good. Pretty darn good right here. Good heavy tomatoes there. So, while I was away, I thought we had a water leak because we were going through so much water in the sump here. And I did some more research on the internet. It turns out for the amount of buckets, the amount of plants I've got set up here, and with all the fruit hanging on the vine, water usage is going to go up. And I saw one guy was using just about 10 gallons per day. I'm putting about 15 gallons in the sump tank just about every 3 days. So here is what's left of the deep water culture and the lettuce, the butter crunch lettuce. And it produced amazing bib lettuce. And as a matter of fact, I ate some today for the first time. And they actually started bolting a little bit. They just ran at about the 40 to 43 day mark. And with temperatures heating up, they started bolting a little bit, but the taste remained really good. They got really big, so big you couldn't see the top of the swimming pool. As a matter of fact. And so I just harvested the rest of them last night, cleaned them up real good, got them in the fridge. And we gave several away, which was part of the fun of doing this. And instead of starting a new one, again with a potential house sale, I'm not going to start a new one. I don't think I am anyway. Probably not going to have time for it. So the part of the bitter side of this is the folks that are interested in the house are also interested in the hangar as it sits. So, this has been a grand experiment, and it's working like I thought it would hoped it would. Next step is to get a house with some land and to go on a bigger scale. A little bigger hangar, and but basically the same technique. So anyway, that's the update for the Hydro Hangar on, what's the date today? Today's the 17th of June 2013. So we'll give you another update as we get closer and figure out what we're doing. I imagine you'll see some moving boxes in the background at that point if things go like I think they're going to go, and we'll go from there. So with that, God bless, Godspeed. CJ Flyer, Backyard, Kansas, USA. We'll see you later.